Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below.
In PC F1 League. We are here at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, surrounded by the rivers of Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. We are back after a much needed break for some brand new AOR action as we round out the season and the F1 2019 game as a whole with a bang, hopefully. With 3 races to go in what has been a thrilling season, with the championship still well within the balance, as due to Speedbarry's absence, Infamous can slice a gap quite significantly to as much as 15 points by winning, and with 2 races left, that should make for some ending. But he, as well as the other 12 drivers, have the task at hand, which is this challenging 4.361 km circuit with 14 turns, 6 to the left and 8 to the right, with 3 DRS zones which promote the overtaking and increase the amount of action we see tonight, and what action it could be based off past races in both the real world and also the virtual world. For a street circuit, you usually wouldn't expect much in terms of racing, but you'd be surprised as to what the drivers can do here. Of course, we have our 18-minute qualifying session with a 35-lap race. Nearly 1.2 kilometers long is some of the straights here. Tyre-wise, we have an abundance of different strategy proposals tonight. The most optimal probably being a medium to hard strategy due to the track surface really wearing out the tyres suddenly, giving a real challenge for the drivers. And don't shy away from the potential of some rain. 2011 Canada is probably one of the best races of all time, and that was due to the rain. If you can get anything similar to that tonight, I would be elated. My name is James Costello, and I'll be one of your commentators to bring you along tonight's Grand Prix, and I'm finally reunited with my partner in crime, Jen. It's been 4 weeks since we last commentated together, Jen, so I'm glad that we're both in the commentary box. Hopefully we can round out this season in one piece, and you know, who knows what's going to happen next.
Yeah, who knows. Of course, as you mentioned, Canada is quite the track, and if we just jump straight into qualifying, and look at the times here, as you said, Canada is quite the track, and we have 3 races to go, including this one, in 3 weeks. It could be quite the ending to the championship, since, as you also mentioned, Speedbarry isn't here. Infamous could slice a gap. If he does that well, we could see quite the ending come Austria next week, and then Brazil in 2 weeks' time. But some of the drivers already out setting their banker laps, and Jan Vela currently on pole with a 1/1000th of a second gap down to Williams' Jim Roy in second place for now.
Yeah, we mentioned the championship. Speedbarry is 2 races in a row he hasn't attended. Infamous. I mean, the race that Speedbarry didn't attend, he won, and quite emphatically. Speedbarry won 4 races on a bounce, and now he's missed 2 races in a bounce. If he misses 2 more, well, you might as well hand the championship over to Infamous at this rate, because the form he's at, no one's stopping him. To be fair, though, the likes of Simon, Fresnader, Jim Roy, Camille also got his first podium. They are all up for the challenge of this circuit. So Infamous will be the one we'll probably look out the most, because he is effectively the one gunning for the championship. Simon, as quick as he is, he hasn't attended enough races to be in contention, but it's pretty much between the absent Speed Bari and Infamous for the championship. 40 points separate them at the moment. But as I said, if he wins, 25 points reduced by 40 to 15. But obviously that is depending on Infamous winning. He's coming up to finish his banker lap time or his first lap of the board, and he instantly goes onto pole by 0.5 of a second. Jan Feller's been deficit to third, and an P2.
And I think we might have returned. If we're back, we're very sorry for the technical difficulties. We are struggling with connection issues to YouTube. It's something all of our AOR streams are currently struggling with. So that is quite interesting. We are trying to have everything sorted in time for the race, but looks like technical gremlins are gonna have the overhand over us this week. But looks like we're back on all the places with just about 6 minutes to go, and with Infamous now taking provisional pole position up there with a 1.5 tenths gap down to Photon in second. So Infamous already up there and trying to get the most out of Speed Bari's absence.
Yeah, 5 minutes left of this qualifying session. Hopefully, if we have any more issues, they come before the Grand Prix, or not at all, really. That'll be most affairs, but hopefully the issues have averted us and we can get going for the race, more importantly. But yeah, you didn't really miss much. Yeah, I mean, you obviously can see the standings on the screen. Infamous still leading the way with that 107.2. Photon has now popped up on the front row alongside him. Glad to see him back after missing the previous race. Jim Roy in P3 missed out on that podium last time out to Presator, of course, in his battle with Andinator. And then it's Simon down in P4, but improved his personal best to 107.4. So watch out for him, and he's back out for another hot lap. Yeah, as I mentioned, Andinator P5, Anchor P6, Jan Failer P7, Presator P8, although he's rounding the final corner now. Obviously competed in the first F1 esports event for him. So that is something to add to his list of things he's achieved. So as a beloved friend of him, I do applaud, even though his race didn't go so well. Still very, very, very good to see him, and very good to see him competing in AOR as well, because that's some commitment. 2 races, 2 50% races nevertheless. 2 completely different circuits in like, what, 2 hours or not? That takes